15,000, 30,000 with a 5,000 ante. Dealers on our final two tables, shuffle up and deal.
How you doing? Crashing, huh?
Not like you.
No, what are you talking about?
All right, cards are in the air.
This sack from day 2.
Action is in seat 4. Seat 4 folds.
How did you like the letter I gave you?
Really good. Amazing.
Seat 5 raises 65,000. Seat 6 folds. Seat 1 folds. Seat 2 folds.
All right.
Seat 3 folds.
Looks like that first hand has been raised by Ben Heath, and he's going to win that pot.
Crashing, huh? You win every hand we played at this table so far, huh?
Andes, please, gentlemen.
No, we've been here before you.
Huh?
We've already been here for like 40
now.
minutes.
Yeah, before too.
Yeah, I've won every hand that you've been here.
Think good?
Always.
No, always good.
What are you talking about?
About you.
I heard my name.
Not bad.
I heard my name.
We never talk bad.
Action's in seat 5.
If I talk bad, I talk loud. Otherwise,
Action back again on Ben
how
Heath.
he's playing, and he was like, good, he's the best. I was like, okay.
Seat 5 folds. Seat 6 folds. Seat 1 folds. Seat 2 folds.
Oh,
Seat 3 folds.
black jack. Jack, black.
Looks like Mustafa going to win that pot.
Andes, please, gentlemen.
What kind of blackjack do you play, by the way? Jack 4.
Get shy? You get shy?
Shy?
You feel...
No. Why would I be shy?
No, you're not talking. We are here since
No.
25 minutes.
Oh, it's all good?
This guy winning every hand we played.
No, because I saw you checking everyone's stacks and all that.
Me?
So,
I
yeah,
don't
so
care
I thought I'll
about
give you an opportunity to do that.
I play the same against any stack.
Action's in seat 6.
And what's that? Try to bully everyone?
Seat 6 folds. Seat 1.
Not everybody.
Seat 2
Just
folds.
the one.
Folds
You know,
around here to the button.
I told you this story.
Seat 3 folds.
Our short stack lets it go. 12 players remaining, playing down to the final 7, so we have to lose 5 more tonight.
Make friends the one on your
See,
left.
4 calls.
And now you're a friend.
Apostolidis does not look too excited
Team
about
watch
the
checks.
prospect of being friends with Mustafa.
Heads up. Action's in seat 4. Seat 4 checks. Seat 5 bets 30,000.
Not sure why we haven't seen card graphics at this
Equal
final 2 tables just yet. We're working on that, guys. Helen Lee sent in a nice tweet. Torn between watching tennis and this gripping Australian Open semi-final and the Aussie Millions. So I'm watching both. Seems fair.
No, I had a 9.
9? Wow, this is amazing. My friend, when you are big blind, I am bottom. When I'm bottom, you are big blind. And you are small.
I'm in trouble every hand, doesn't matter.
No, it's not true. We had a lot of fun together.
Action's in seat 1.
It was a funny 3 days.
Seat 1 folds. Seat 2 folds. Seat 3 folds.
There we go. Got some card graphics for you guys. Action over to Mustafa with an ace. He's going to raise it up on the button.
65,000. Seat 5
So
folds.
all these players are guaranteed $115,000. They're looking for that $1.6 million first place prize.
Seat 6 called. Heads up. Actions in seat 6.
You can believe I can't even see the cards.
Neither player makes a pair here.
Queen of diamonds, 6
Yeah,
of clubs,
okay, so
9 of
check.
spades. Seat 6 checks. Seat 4 checks. 9 of hearts.
Ace still leads here on the turn. Earlier today, we saw Aristidu fire in these spots. Looks like he's also betting now. Don't think Mustafa will just fold here once he checks the flop with his ace. He just beats too many hands, all the straight draws, some stone bluffs. He's getting a good price in position, so I suspect he will call here.
Seat 4 calls. Ace of spades.
And that is a great card for Mustafa if he had any doubt. He certainly must feel like he has the best hand now. And that's not going to slow
Seat 6
down
bets, 90,000.
Aristidu. He's going to fire here. And I do not think this is going to work, especially for such a small bet. I think Mustafa is debating between raising and calling, or just trying to think through what his opponent can have. If you're not familiar with Mustafa Kanit, he is the most successful Italian poker player ever, with $8 million in live cashes. He's going to add another 100,000 to that today at least.
Seat 4 rates.
Oh, a little value raise here.
235,000 total.
Mustafa makes a very small raise. He just must really feel like he has the best of it here. And Aristidu is not going to be able to do anything besides fold. Hard. I mean, I guess there's a chance. I think this is just a saving face maneuver here, so it doesn't look like he's stone was bluffing with nothing. But I suspect we'll see him throw his cards in the muck in short order. And he's going to let it go.
Seat 6 folds.
That hand goes over to Mustafa. Picks up a nice little quarter milski.
Andy, please, gentlemen.
Wake up in the morning. Did you see bet?
No. I check back.
Check back, cool raise. How are you that good?
I love to try different lines, you know. For me.
If you're just tuning in to our Aussie Millions broadcast, we started a long time ago tonight. We started about 11 hours ago with 36 players.
Actions in seat 2.
This tournament started with 725 players. Today is day 4.
Seat 3 folds.
This was a $10,000 buy-in. We have 2 more days of Aussie Millions coverage, so if you haven't pressed that follow button yet, come hang out with us for the next 2 days here on Twitch.
Seat 5
And I stream poker 7 days a week, most of the year. If you want to learn, have some fun,
Seat 6 folds.
join our community here in Team Run It Up. Right now, though, Mustafa's raised it up with his 7-6 suited. Actions on Aldemir, a very successful German player. He had a $2 million cash last year at the World Series of Poker.
Heads up.
And these two players heading to the flop here. And And
checks.
Kennett, Mustafa Kennett outflops Aldemir, making a pair of sixes. Check, check on the flop. No continuation bet. Typically, when you're a pre-flop raiser, you fire on a majority of flops, but Mustafa says not this time. Aldemir, of course, drawing very thin here. Has to find one of 3 queens left in the deck. Now, will Kennett fire here on the turn, having checked to the flop? 2 flush draws available. And, of course, any card higher than an 8 will be somewhat scary.
State 4 checks.
Ace on the river. Now, after all these checks, Mustafa probably feels like he has the best hand here. I would guess that Mustafa thinks that if Aldemir had an ace or a king, he would have made some noise on the turn. And it's going to go check, check here, and Mustafa's going to pick up this pot as well. Last year, Corey Aldemir cashed in the World Series Poker High Roller drop event, $2.15 million for his 3rd place finish there.
I value bet, yeah. He calls with queen high. No bet? How you can call me with queen high? You think I have nothing? No bet. One big blind. Then we call with queen high. You didn't see? Action? No, you're playing a big table. 12 people left and you're not watching the action?
Reading hands on my phone.
Not fun. See the action. Get read on people. Don't think inside the box.
Not gonna get
Think
reads
outside
of
the box. Look at me. I have no box. 0 box. Even this box doesn't count.
State 4 balls.
I love Mustafa. He's such a friendly, energetic, fun guy, and an absolute boss at poker.
Put my cards outside the box. Okay.
Aristidou going to raise it up with the king 10 of hearts.
Stay here for like 2-3 weeks and then LAPC. You?
Stay here 10 days.
State 1
Like
calls.
here, I stay here like 5 days and then go Sydney.
Yeah.
And then probably go Asia.
Pretty good hand here for Vijayaram. Ace King, he's going to be raising here. He's dominating both of his opponents. So you would suspect to see a raise here, maybe in the vein of like 220,000, 200,000.
Are you doing Panama?
Yeah. Not sure 100%, but I think. This year is my year. I have to.
Seat 2.
Every year is your
3
year,
raises.
mister. It's okay. I take it. I take it.
We might have just lost
Name a year that
player.
wasn't your year.
2011.
Yeah.
No,
200,000 more.
11 was good. Was my year. 2012 was my year. But since 2013, every year is.
265,000 from Vijayaram.
Have to play more online poker. That was good.
Looks like Aristidou is considering coming along here at the king 10 of hearts.
Online poker. Now I don't play anymore. Motivazione.
Seat 6 calls.
Have you been to Sydney before?
Me? No. I have friends from there. You been?
Seat 1 calls.
I've heard it's nice.
Yeah, good.
Heads
A
up.
lot of water.
All right, we got ourselves a 600,000 chip pot
Next year.
heading to the flop.
You guys think to go Panama, Manila? There is a
I
tournament.
didn't know about it.
With,
And neither player makes a pair here.
Sorry, the
Ace King
18th
still leads.
February, 17th February.
I fly on the 18th to LA.
You've been to LAPC before?
No.
No.
Oh,
Like,
really?
the tournament is amazing, but the location is not that great.
I liked LA.
No, LA is good, but the casino is like
Seat 2
45
bets.
from everything.
250,000.
No, on the day like 1 hour and 20. On the night, 18 minutes. But it's
Vijayaram
good
continues here with a small bet, about 250,000 chips. There's 900K in the middle here. And Aristidou looks like he's not just going to give this one up. At least not immediately. Now we know if you could somehow find a raise here, that would almost certainly work.
C6 folds.
He's going to let it go, and Ace King's going to pick up a decent-sized pot here. And the rich get richer, as our two biggest stacks in the entire tournament are at this table.
You make a lot of jokes, huh? All the time. Yeah, me too. Give me 5. You see, I raise your
Nice
big
little
blind
pot
with
there.
7 high. I don't care. Huh? 6. But no 6, I go bet. And you call. For sure flop you call. Turn you call. River, all in.
Seat 4 folds.
All right, next hand underway here. Heath's going to get out of the way with the 10-5 off.
Queen, 7.
Suited Jack for Aristodoo. Jack 3 suited.
Seat 6 folds.
Action on Aldemir.
Raises 65,000.
He's going to raise it up. The successful
folds.
German pro. Now it's on Olsen, our table short stack with Queen 7 suited. Certainly a hand we could defend here. We don't know Aldemir's hand, but Queen 7 suited against the min raise is pretty reasonable.
The 24th. They didn't tell me happy birthday, motherfucker.
Seat 3 calls.
I'm sorry. I feel bad.
You can't
now.
forget
Off to the flop we go.
birthday, man.
Happy
Heads up.
birthday.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's late.
You're amazing.
It counts.
You remember my birthday. Such an amazing guy.
Get
How
a
did-
room, you two.
Huh?
Get a room.
Ooh, Aldemir getting a little feisty with 7-4 offsuit.
Basically, yeah.
Olsen 91% to win this hand.
You see, a man,
How old
if
are
you
you?
give me the hand.
How old are you?
26.
Ace of diamonds, Jack of spades, 8 of diamonds flop.
26 like me.
Check.
Much better for the Queen 7 of diamonds. It goes check here on the flop.
How old are you?
Aldemir turns a gut shot with that 5.
The microphone. I'm not allowed to say. Not as old as you think.
I think for your age you are amazing, for sure. For your age, you are amazing. Like, I mean, you are here playing poker with these young fellas.
Well, the way you're talking, you're making me very old. I'm not. Trust me.
Action here on Olsen. I think he's debating between checking or
A little
betting.
bit older than that, but yeah.
41,
A bet would almost for sure take this hand down.
44. 44?
Take it later. I tell you what, for every million I take off you, I'll give you one number.
No.
Seat 3 bets.
Can I
80,000.
Can I try to start
Olsen
to
going to bet here. Aldemir almost for sure going to just
I'll
fold.
take it later.
You don't have to.
No, I will, but
I'm 26.
no.
See, one fold.
Because everyone's watching.
And Olsen's going to pick up that much needed pot.
6, 7.
So we're down to the final
6, 7.
12 players, I believe. I thought I heard some outer table rumblings, but not 100% sure.
That guy is crashing, 6 number 2.
He won a big hand. He cracked aces.
Crack the aces to who?
Goes aces open under the gun. He defends big blinds. 5, 4, 4. Check call. Turn 7. Check. Bet. Raise. 3 bet. Shove. 8, 6. Aces.
None.
Big hands.
None.
Retelling that big hand from earlier. The one that we, when
do you know whose that
the
is?
Vijaram got all his chips, basically. Big double up there.
Was it yours?
I don't know.
No, I think it was mine because I was joking with the chips. And
I think probably.
I was pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it is because your pot came in here.
Seat 5, 6, and 1 fold.
Thanks for asking though.
Ah, like
We're playing down to the final 7 tonight.
Seat 2 raises 65,000.
Vidra, I'm going to raise it up with his King Jack offsuit, and now Olsen, our short stack, with 2 8s.
too much. Huh?
By the way, I'm pretty sure we just lost one of our outer players. So we are down to 11. Seth Davies out. And Olsen now all in with 8s. Going to be too much, I think, for King Jack to call.
Like 700, around 700.
So we are down to the final 11 players, with Seth Davies busting out to Jeff Rossiter. Jeff Rossiter has almost 3 million chips. Olsen is all in, but I think King Jack is just a little too weak to call here. But Jairam's not folding this, but this is just too many chips to call. 640,000 to win 830,000, getting about 1 1/4 to 1. King Jack is just too often dominated here.
Okay.
It's just, he's got it in his hand, but I think this hand's just a little too weak. I like this laydown. Very reasonable raise, but when you get shoved on for 23 big blinds, it's time to just muck and move on.
Can you please put his ante in? Thank you.
It is nearing midnight here in Australia. These players started today around noon.
Yeah, but you don't have shuffle.
Next up will be a pretty big jump, going from 15,000, 30,000 to 20,000, 40,000.
Seat 6 raises 65,000. Seat 1 folds. Seat 2 calls. One more. 65.
So you got a raise from Aristidou
3 and 4 fold.
with King 10 offsuit. Haven't seen Vijayaram's hand yet. Heath's going to come along with Ace 5 of hearts in the big blind for sure.
65. Seat 5 calls. 3 runners. Actions in seat 5. Check.
Not much for anybody here.
Seat 6 bets 80,000. 80,000.
And as we've seen all day long, Aristidou decides to start with a bet.
Seat 2 folds. Seat 5 folds.
And Aristidou going to pick up that pot with a little bit of courage.
These lights are so bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bright.
Yeah, it's alright. I sent my friend to get me my sunglasses. I don't like wearing sunglasses when I play.
Yeah,
But now I have to.
He has been here on and off the entire feature table day, and those lights can definitely get annoying, no doubt about it.
Weak people wear sunglasses, but
Yeah.
you know.
The big one paid.
Yeah, put Put it back. Put it back. Put your sunglasses back. Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, the yellow chips are 5,000, blue chips are 25,000, the teal orange chips are 100,000.
Seat 2 raises 65,000. Seat 3 folds. Seat 4 folds. Seat 5 folds.
The Gyram raises it up here with the King 8 of spades. Action over to Aristidou in the big blind. We've seen him defend with hands like this all day long. And this one's certainly going to qualify. And we are headed to the flop.
Actions in seat 6.
Flush draw for Aristidou. Vajiram with the backdoor flush draw. And the best hand right now with King High. We're actually showing you guys Vajiram's outs, despite having the best made hand right now with King High. Gyra, I'm going to start here at the bet.
5-5.
And Aristidou is certainly going to continue with his flush draw. You must think a jack is probably good as well.
Thank you.
Seat 6 calls.
And Peter decides to call. Both players improved to trip nines on the turn.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Seat 6
sunglasses
check.
now. Cool cat. Now you have to check back. That's scary. It does go check, check. River tray. So King High still leads. And it looks like Aristidou is going to fire it out here on the end. Of course, he must think he can't win if he checks.
Seat 6 bets. 140,000. 140.
$140,000. So let's look at this hand from Vajiram's point of view. Can we find a call here? We have to call 140,000 to win 425,000, right? So he's getting about 3-1 to call. 140 to win 420. Does he win this hand 25% of the time? What kind of hands do we beat? We beat 10-8, 10-7, 7-8, 8-5, club draws. Don't beat ace highs, but would ace high bet? Like, for what reason would ace high bet? I mean, we could bluff raise. That's another option, I suppose. I always like thinking about calling in these spots, but maybe raising is actually a little better of a play. We're the pre-flop raiser. We could have aces, kings, queens, something like that. Vajira, I'm going to let this go. A nice bluff for Peter Aristidou. He's going to get it through here.
This is not yours, right?
And nice little bluff there for Aristidou. It all started with the cool cat glasses. I'm sure if he wasn't wearing those glasses, he would have had his soul with it. Next hand already underway.
Actions in seat 2.
Oh, sorry.
Vajiram first act.
Seat 2 folds. Seat 3 folds. Seat 4 folds.
Action here on Heath. He's going to let it go. Blind versus blind action here. A very non-stellar 9-6 offsuit.
I tell you what I closed. I was a close one.
Seat 6 calls.
Bien fino. Double.
And you?
Aldemir almost for sure going to raise here with Jack 10 suited against the limp. He just must suspect Jack 10 suited is the best hand.
90,000.
Plays very well, plus he's in position, pretty deep stacked. I definitely like this raise here from Aldemir. 11 players remaining, playing down to the final 7 tonight. 4 eliminations away.
In this situation.
Fedor holds at the outer table. Jeff Rossler still at the outer table.
Button moves, please. Button. Thank you.
Nice hand. Sir. You don't look
Bias
like
house.
Sorry. We cannot be friends anymore.
Robert.
Sorry?
I cannot
Right.
have a conversation with someone with sunglasses. It's like really tough for me.
You know what? Seriously, I only got 3 hours sleep last night, and with this in my eyes, it's really bad.
When party?
No. I had to
Excited.
get up. I had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Not enough rest, and with this, it's really bad.
Okay. I try to send you sleep as fast as possible.
Listen, don't be a smart ass.
I'm kidding. Look at me. I'm folding every hand like this. And enjoying.
Mustafa did fold an ace there.
See, 3, 4, 5, fold. See, 6 raises, 65,000. See, 1 folds.
Button decides to raise here. 8-6 offsuit. Aldemir out of the way.
See, 2 calls.
And Vijayar, I'm going to enter this pot with his own Jack 10 of diamond.
Thank you. Heads up.
Off to the flop we go. Now we don't know Aristodu's hand, but we know top pair for Vijayaram is a pretty good
2
thing.
checks.
He's going to start with a check.
See, 6 bets, 60,000.
Vijayaram certainly continuing here, either for a raise or a call. Now we don't know Aristodu's hand, but we've seen him play all day long. He plays a lot of different hands. He's always aggressive. Without even seeing his turn card, the turn card or his hand, I bet you Aristodu bets this turn. I mean, I'm just predicting that if I had to pick a side, then he would big pick. So it does go check call on the flop.
See, 6 bets,
Aristodu
85,000.
bets the turn. Hey, how about that handicapping right there? Without even knowing his hand or the turn card. I said he was going to bet. Aristodu does bet pretty small here on the turn, and Vijayaram has to continue, right? He has a pair, he has a gut shot, he has top pair. Against the button steal position, he's got to continue here with Jack 10. It would be poker malpractice to fold it with top pair and a gut shot.
See, 2 calls.
Now, the board says that Aristodu has 6 outs, but not really sure how the board knows that and not the hand. Got on the top 2 pair. On the
See,
river.
2 bets, 300,000.
Now, 300,000 from Vijayaram. What do you guys think Peter has? I mean, any 9 makes a straight. That looks like a call. Calling chips at least. There's 300,000.
That's 300,000, right?
Correct.
What does Aristidu have here? Really got a decision. Does he have like a one pair kind of hand? Like, oh, I see a lot of 8-6s in chat. 7-6, 5-6, something like that. Is he thinking about bluff raising here? Maybe a missed flush draw?
Call.
Oh, he's gonna get called.
2 pair.
And 2 pairs gotta be good against the black.
Oh. Jackson 10s, 2 pairs.
Jackson 10s are gonna be good. We don't get to see the hand. Where's the? It's like the floor person not taking time to move the hand back, so we're not gonna get to know. It is a mystery. Must have just been a smaller pair of some variety. And nice pot there for Vijayram. And with that pot, Aristidu is down to about 1.3 million, about a 6K pickup for Vijayram. And I gotta tell you, that pot, he might be our chip leader. Vijayram getting very near 4 million chips with that pot. He showed 6-8 offsuit. Okay, well there you go. Maybe. I did not see that, but some.
Seat 4 folds. Seat 5 folds. Seat 6 raises, 65,000. Seat 1 folds.
All right, action folds round 2. Vijayram with that ace jack suited.
Raise to 265.
Seat 2 re-raises, 265. Seat 3 folds.
So we've got a raise here for Aristidu. Re-raise from Vijayram.
200,000 more.
So colliding again here. This is a pretty big re-raise. Looks like Aristidu, considering continuing here, could even arguably shove given the size of the pot. I mean, already 400K in the middle. He only has 1.3 million left. That's an under average stack, although not by much.
Seat 6 folds.
And Vijayram going to win that pot.
Eddies, please. Actions in seat 5. Seat 5 fold. Seat 6 folds. Seat 1 raises, 65,000. Seat 2 folds.
And David Olsen with 2 10s in the small blind, and that's definitely going to be a hand he's going to play. He has about 25 big blinds. Surely he's going to raise. Is he going to raise to all in or to an intermediate amount?
C3 moves all in.
6-7, 75.
C1 folds.
Seven.
Queen 7.
Huh?
Queen 7. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Next hand underway here.
C6 folds. C1 folds. C2 folds. C3 folds.
Action on Mustafa here. He's going to just limp.
Next hole.
Heath going to raise it with King Jack. Seems fine
Two-bar
against
raises.
a limp from
100,000.
Mustafa.
C4 calls. Heads up.
Pretty good flop here for Heath. Top pair
C4
king
checks.
kicker. Probably gonna just go check, bet, fold.
C5 bets 90,000.
Mustafa not just letting it go quickly here. It looks like he's considering making a move in some way. Mustafa just thinking about it here. He does have a 3 straight, 3 flush. If his opponent just had a 5, he would have 2 overcards, but we can see he's in pretty bad shape here. Looks like Mustafa is going to pull the trigger.
Oh, okay.
230,000 total.
Popped fucking a couple of.
And now if you're Heath, I can't imagine doing anything besides calling. We're in position, we have top pair, good kicker. I don't really see why we would do anything besides just call here.
That guy there, I've got no idea how many 25s he's got. Is it just one stack or is there more behind? I'm not sure.
These two looking at each other. Again, Heath has to call here. I can't see him doing anything else.
Just copying it big time. By someone who's can't even talk.
And it looks like Heath is going to at least call. He's pulled back his bet. Or is he gonna re-raise here?
D5 re-raises.
Oh, he does re-raise, and Mustafa knows the game is up. I think we're gonna see him just fold here.
235 more.
Mustafa doesn't look thrilled, but I think he's just saving face. Can't imagine he comes over the top or does anything else silly. Heath correctly realizes his King Jack is in the lead. Mustafa hasn't instantly folded, and we've seen him make some creative plays earlier today. He is very well known for his non-traditional decisions. I mean, could he really flat call here for 200,000 more? That seems ambitious. If he finds a raise, I mean, King Jack could fold, but Heath only has 900,000 left. I mean, he's already put in 500 of his 1.4 million or so. You know, I mean, if Mustafa somehow did re-raise, I just don't think so. Mustafa's still thinking about it here.
I'll get an orange juice. I'll get an OJ. Orange juice.
And we did see Mustafa already check raise. Now he's been re-raised. I mean, Mustafa is not the type to just completely waste time. He's always thinking about, how can I win this hand? What does my opponent have? Jack 5 deuce. How does he have something really good here? But Mustafa does lay it down, and Heath's going to win that pot.
One espresso with a little bit of milk. Can I have a takeaway cup?
Andy's lead, gentlemen.
The break now, right?
Yeah, sure break.
Can I just get a bottle of water?
I haven't got confirmation yet, but I'm pretty sure at this upcoming break, we're going to rotate this table off, and Fedor's table will make the feature table. Yep, I just got confirmation right now. So at the end of this level, we're going to move this table to the outer table, and we're going to bring Fedor and that gang.
Yeah, I made a big fold.
Nick Wright, Jeff Rossiter, Fedor Holtz, Luke Roberts, and Tobias Housen will get moved to the feature table. Mustafa saying he folded a big hand, but he's just continuing the bluff, really.
Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink?
I did though.
Ah, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that yeah. Can I get a cigarette off you?
Action on Heath, blind versus blind with the ace-10 offsuit. 11 players remain. We're playing down to the final 7 tonight. All 11 contestants are guaranteed $115,000, playing for that $1.6 million first prize.
That's mine. It's mine. Ah. Made a big fold.
Why?
Why check raise and non score?
Mustafa trying to tell a story.
I can jack. I'm fucking around. I had fucking 10 high. Backdoor flush and backdoor straight.
Backdoor straight and backdoor flush. Big hands. Big hand.
But the fact, bro, you talk with that corner, okay? If your corner is not friendly, it's not our fault. We talk between us and don't broke, right? Tell them. Our corner is friendly, you see? Now he put the sunglasses, it's not that friendly anymore. Me and Ben, we are friendly, okay? We like each other.
The sunglass crew.
I love Mustafa. He's so entertaining.
70?
Yeah.
Is it a 60?
70,000.
All right, this will be the last hand before we hit the break. The giant round coming in for a race here at the Ace Jack suited.
Guys are going off.
Action on Aldemir in the big line. Looks like he's going to defend.
1 calls.
This will be the last hand of 15-30. When we get back, it'll be 20-40,000.
D1 checks. D2 checks.
Neither player made a pair yet.
D1 checks.
These players started 12 hours
D2 bets
ago.
90,000. D1 folds.
We started with 36 players today. Down to the final 11. We are going to be playing down till the final 7 players tonight. Okay. Looks like that is going to be the end of our last hand here. When we get back, the final 11 players will be playing down till the final 7. We are swapping out these featured tables, and the Fedor Holtz table is going to be moving to our featured table. We're going to have some great content here of the 100K back from 2012. We will see you guys back for more Aussie Millions action in just 13 minutes. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 2017 Aussie Millions main event, day 4. We have a new featured table for you guys. Some familiar faces here. We've actually seen all of these players already. Jeff Rossiter, Fedor Holtz, Nick Wright, Luke Roberts, and Tobias Housen makes up our final 5. Sorry, our featured table of 5. 11 remain in this tourney. We are playing down to the final 7 tonight. Let's go to our tournament director, Joel Williams, who's going to get our level kicked off here. Just a second. Players getting back to their seats right now. Cards will be in the air shortly. Thanks to all you guys joining us, staying up late, waking up early. Here's Joel.
And you've been moved down to table 10.
The Gyram came into the wrong table.
And you're
Well,
at the 11th place.
back last time with no tips because then I pitched him. Table 10, just down the front.
Thanks, someone smart.
This is a high-stress situation.
We've signed
I can't judge.
You can bring it out one at a time. It's been signed for. So go
Geez,
for
he had
it.
more than one by the smell of that.
It's fine.
I think it's more than one cigarette by the smell of that.
Hot, isn't it?
All right, just about to get cards in the air here. Tournament director Joel Williams about to kick us off.
Buttons in 6.
11
All
players
right, back here
left.
in the Aussie Millions main event with just 11 players remaining. We are beginning level 25. Our blinds are 20,000, 40,000. Our ante is 5,000. Just 11 players remain. All have locked up at least $115,000. We will play out tonight until just 7 remain. Dealers in our main event, Blinds are 20,000, 40,000. Our ante is 5,000. Shuffle up and deal. We are underway.
We are underway. Shuffle up and deal. 11 left. Playing down to 7 tonight. Not too many super short stacks, but
Put it behind us.
Yeah, is
Instead
there
of
like
saying,
the tennis somewhere? Like on
Yeah.
What's the score at the moment?
Fifth set.
all right. Here are the chip values. We have our turquoise, or turquoise as we call it in America, 100,000. The ultramarine blue, 25,000. That's a kickin' rad color right there. And then the
Really good
cadmium yellow chips, Kappa Ross. Those are 5,000 chips.
Also, everyone's rooting for Nadal just so that the final happens.
Yeah.
Action's been folded around here too. Luke Roberts.
160.
Raises 160. 160 to call.
You're into tennis?
Huh?
You're into tennis?
No, just every January I follow it.
Yeah.
Player 6 folds. Player 1 folds.
Same here.
Roberts makes a pretty big raise here.
Why not call?
Folds.
And Rossiter folds
That's
Queen
small
Jack
or
into a 4 times blind
That's
break.
smaller or cool?
No, if someone shoves, not call. Then you might get lucky. And then you'd be down to, what are we, 11? You'd be down to 10 plays. Or I could have 2 mil. Either way. Win-win for someone.
We're gonna wait up
Yes, king is a good hand.
We're going to see Fedor holds tomorrow, as tomorrow we are going to be playing the Anton Jewelry $100,000 challenge final table. 7 players remain in that tournament. Top 3 get paid. Fedor at that final table in second place as well. Then we come back to conclude this main event the day after that, just about 36 hours from now. This was a $10,000 buy-in that started with 725 players. We are down to the final 11. All 11 contestants guaranteed $115,000, playing for that $1.6 million first place prize.
Player 6 folds. 40,000 to call.
Cool.
Calls. Player 3 folds. Option is check.
So we got a limp on the button from Nick Wright. Fedor just checks the Queen 4 option.
Heads up, gentlemen.
And we are off to the flop.
Actions here. Check or bet.
Another player makes a pair. Fedor has a gut
Checks.
shot.
Checks.
Quick check on the flop. 7,
Check
3,
about.
6 deuce. Still no pair anywhere. Fedor might take a shot here with his gut shot. Fedor is going to take a shot here on the turn.
Bet
He must
is
suspect Queen High
85,000.
isn't good. He's correct about
85,000 to call.
that. Now, will Nick Wright call on the turn with ace high? Wright is thinking about it here with his ace high.